Welcome back to another Scrapping Irish video. And what am I going to be doing on this video? Well, what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be making Stannous Chloride. So, Stannous Chloride, for make it easier if you can't understand what I'll be saying sometimes for people. So, Stannous Chloride or tin 2 chloride is another name for it. And what am I going to be using to make it? Well, I'm just going to be using some tin, which is 99.9995 or something, so it's very pure. I've already melted some of it into little strips like this, which will make it easier to work with. So, and I'll be dissolving that in hydrochloric acid or muriatic acid, whichever way you wanted to call it, guys. So usually I'd be like, what I used to do one time was I do maybe a bigger jar of it, and but sure, it doesn't last as long, so I don't make as much whenever I do it now. I just make enough for when I'm doing a few little tests or something like that. I want to test some stuff. So, but for this video, all I have already is I have 150 milliliters of hydrochloric acid on heat, and I'm going to add maybe about, I don't know, 30 grams or something around that of tin to it. So let's get the scales going, and we'll just, so the reason I melted it is to make it into more manageable little bits that can be, and my scales just, oh there we go, I was going to say my scales didn't want to work. So 14, something around 30 I'm going to settle with. I think should be enough. I wanted to try and get as much of the thinner stuff, because the bigger the surface area, the easier it is for the acid to break it down. So that's the reason I melted it. It was a little bit, I don't want to miss too much of it. So again, I'm just putting in a few bits and pieces. I'm not sure, was this 30 or 50 I had melted? I can't remember what exactly weight I melted. This should be near enough to it now. There we go, 29, near enough. So 29 grams of this will be added to the hydrochloric acid. Now, before I do that, make sure, guys, that again, when you have acids, you have your gloves on, and again, ventilators or respirators or whatever way you want, sorry, respirators, to make sure that you're not breathing in any of the fumes from the acids. Leave it on till it dissolves completely, and then you will have made your Stannous Chloride. So let's go outside and get this into the acid, and let's see how we get on with it. Oh, and don't forget, give it a thumbs up, guys. Okay, guys, so here I am. I have my mask on, and I have, so if my voice so fully, that's because I have the mask on. Have my gloves on, and as you can see from the hydrochloric acid, it's bubbling, so it's quite hot. I've lowered the heat down. I have my tin that's in here. So again, that's pure tin. And I'm just going to try and, that was a little drip of hydrochloric acid from the little wash jar above it. I might have it a bit too hot, so but we should be okay. So you can see, as soon as the hydrochloric acid went in there, or not the hydrochloric, as soon as the tin went into the hydrochloric acid, we're getting a reaction straight away. So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit of tin at a time, small little bits of tin, until we get it all into the solution, and then we'll let it dissolve. So again, you can see it there bubbling away. I might have had the acid a little bit too hot. I didn't want it that hot, so I've turned down the heat. In fact, I've turned off the heat, and let that work away there inside the jar, and we should get that dissolved fairly quick because of the heat actually on it, and because the tin is very thin in spots, so wherever it's thin in spots, it should dissolve quicker and get into the solution. So there's another big piece of it there. So we're getting that. So again, it's very important if you're, especially if you're indoors doing this. So I'm in the shed at the moment because it's a bit wet outside, so I couldn't do it outside. So I'm in the shed, so that's why I have the mask on, and I have my gloves again because I don't want to get any acid on myself. So we're getting that working away nicely in there. So I'll just keep adding this tin in now. This is a bigger piece of tin, as you can see. It's a bit chunkier, so that will take a bit longer. I didn't really want to put in chunky bits like that, but we'll put them in. You should get dissolved, but then again, the likes of this will go pretty quick. So as you can see in there now, we're getting a vigorous reaction from it, from the heat of the hydrochloric and the tin dissolving into it. So we'll just put it all around it, get it moving. So I've turned the heat off. I'm going to let that work away, and as I said, it's only 30 grams. I put into about 150 milliliters of hydrochloric acid, because as the heat will just evaporate some of the acid, or the liquid from the acid, the water, so the volume will concentrate a bit more, and we're beginning to get a good strong Stannous Chloride at the end of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that work away, and I'll check in on that every so often myself. There's no point in you checking on it, but once it's all dissolved, we'll come back and we'll see. Well, we won't see much. We'll have our Stannous Chloride done, and then it's just a matter of storing that. Stannous Chloride does degrade, so it's very important that you don't make too much of it, because if you make too much of it, you're going to get false positives and stuff down the road, because, or not detect any precious metals in your liquids because of the degrading of the Stannous Chloride. So just make enough for what you want to do at a time, to last you maybe a month or a month and a half, maybe 2 months at the most, and then make a fresh batch. That's my advice anyhow. So I'm going to let that work away there, and if I need to put the heat back up again, I'll put the heat back up again, and we'll come back and we'll see Stannous Chloride at the end. And then in future videos, you'll get to see me using that Stannous Chloride to test on some liquids to see if they contain precious metals or not contain precious metals. So see you in a few minutes. Well, you'll be straight away for you guys straight away, but for me, it could take a couple of hours to dissolve all of that. But it's working away quite well. Let me just see if we can zoom in a bit. Wrong way. And we'll lift up the jar so you can see a bit better what's happening. So you can see, ooh, let me bring it into focus for you. So you can see there, guys, it is fairly dissolving away there, working away. So we'll let that work away. It's a good reaction that we're getting. I quite like that reaction. It's dissolving it fairly quick. So because I had it very, very hot, a bit too hot really. So we know if we're getting not to leave it. I left it on for a bit too long, the acid, but it's doing the job. The main thing is I'm going to end up with Stannous Chloride at the end of it, and you can see there. If I bring it in here again, you can see it dissolving the tin, going into the solution, and that will give us our Stannous. So I'll let that dissolve, cool down, and we'll get it into a bottle or a container, and we should have Stannous at the end of it. So let's see how I got on, guys. Okay guys, so it's been a few hours, well I'd say, when I say a few hours, good 6 hours, and most of the as you can see, most of the tin, oh sorry, I'm showing you, I've moved out of the way, you can't see, most of the tin is dissolved. I've turned the heat off now. We've only got that little bit left there, which I'm not too worried about, because we've got most of it done. So what I'm going to do now, I've completely turned off the heat. I'm going to let that cool. We're going to filter it. So we're going to let it cool. We're going to filter it, and you can see the last bit of tin that's in there. It's just going around there. So very, very little left. Can't even really see it. So little bit of tin there. So we'll filter it. Well, let it cool first. Filter it, and then we'll have our Stannous Chloride completed. So I'll leave that there. So we'll come back when we're ready to filter, once I've let that cool for a while, and we'll be able to get our Stannous so that we can use that in future videos. So let's see how we filter it and how we store it. Right, so I've let it cool down, and I'm going to filter it. So as you'll see, I have my filter paper set up here in this one, and we just got a little jar there, and we have our liquid here cooled down, and you can see there's little bits of, I don't know, can you really see it or not, but you can see little bits floating around in there. So we just need to filter it to make sure that no bits are getting in into the solution. So that's all I'm going to do now, is just filter that away. We should soon start to see some of it coming down through the filter. So you can see the last little bit of tin that was left in there, so that could be washed out in a few minutes. So you can see now that we're starting to get it flowing into this container. So we'll let that filter away, and if it needs a second filter, I'll give it a second filter, but it shouldn't do, because I've got the cotton wool. I've got three filters, a cotton wool as well, and that should just filter away down through the cotton wool and everything, and that should hold on to anything that I don't want going into the containing jar. So I'll show you what I use in a few minutes. Well, again, I always say a few minutes, but it'll be straight away. So I'll let that filter. Once I have it filtered, we'll get to bottling it and how I bottle it, and storage, and a few other little safety tips on it. And then hopefully in the next few video, you'll get me to see me maybe using this to test out some solutions for precious metals, so we can see how it works, and as well, but that'll be in another video. So let's see how we got on with this after it had filtered through. Okay, so we have filtered the liquid now, and we're about to put this Stannous into a container to store it. So first off, the container I find is best is the one brown glass. So something like an old medicine bottle or something like that. Try and rip the labels off so that people don't get confused, and always label your bottle, so that you know what's in there, plus anyone else that picks it up knows what's in there. So we have our Stannous, and then we put chloride underneath it, so people know that what's in this bottle is Stannous Chloride, and that way then it will hopefully make sure that no one makes a mistake at any stage and pick it up thinking it's something else. Also, this bottle is a child-proof opener, so again that will hopefully help alleviate any issue down the road. So all I'm going to do is put the filter in the top of the bottle and filter this through again a second time. So what we'll be left with then in the bottle will just be Stannous Chloride. So that's what I do, guys, to make my Stannous Chloride for testing. And why do we make Stannous Chloride? We make it because it's the most efficient way or easiest way to test solutions for precious metals. So you will get different color indicators when you use it to test for gold, silver, platinums, whatever. You'll be getting an indication of what's in there, and that way then at least you know when you've done a liquid whether what's left in liquid after you drop gold or drop your silvers or whatever. You can see if there's still any more precious metals left in there, and if there's then you can go another step to retrieve them or whatever it needs to be done. And at least then if there's nothing left, you know that you can just dispose of the liquids in the proper manners. So that's kind of it really, guys, for the video. It's just a matter of letting that filter through, make sure that any little bits that are still there will be held up in the filter, and we'll end up eventually in the bottom of the bottle here with my Stannous Chloride, and that can be used in future for, you'll see it in upcoming videos where I'll use that to test different materials to see, or solutions to see if I've any gold left in them, or precious metals, let's put it that way, not just gold, but the stuff I'll be putting in should be gold, and that's what I'm expecting the indicator to test back for me. So as always, guys, really appreciate you guys watching the video, and hopefully that will explain what Stannous is and what it's used for. So again, just to go over it again, Stannous is made from hydrochloric acid and tin, which you dissolve your tin in your hydrochloric acid, and that will then give you a solution which you can use to test for precious metals and other precious metals in your liquids. And that is it. That's all Stannous is. But very important storage of it. Make sure you store it in a dark, cool place, not overly warm, and let it room temperature, something like that is grand usually. And if it needs to be replaced every so often, you can refresh it by adding more tin, adding a bit more hydrochloric acid as well, put tin and hydrochloric acid to it, and you can refresh your solution, and you can use it again. But make sure you do that, and don't, we say, if you haven't go to a Stannous that hasn't been used in months and expect to get an accurate reading from it, you probably won't, because it does deteriorate over time. Again, sunlight, light, stuff like that will deteriorate it. That's why the brown glass bottle will be always a better storage mechanism for it. So that's filtered through. So now I can put the top on that, and there's my Stannous in there to be used whenever I need to use it. So you'll probably see it in an upcoming video pretty soon. So guys, as always, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one, and keep on looking for that gold, guys. It's out there.